Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in episode 2 of our series, How to Reverse Diet. And we're going to talk about the why. And I should say the truth is what we've titled this, because there are some different applications of this and some misunderstandings. But when you get down to the why, I think, Adam, in the last episode, you said it correctly in that some people just don't know how to handle that freedom. And I would add to the point that there can be some disappointments. There can be other emotional and stress factors involved. And I'll tell you 2 stories, one of my own, where for some reason, I don't even know what it was, because I actually did quite well at this show, but I had planned a vacation with my family. So I had taken my family, we had traveled, I was doing a pro show and did quite well. And then I think because of the lack of structure, just being on vacation, I started eating a little bit more. Pretty soon I'm seeing myself like really get softer. And so I think you get a little bit worried or depressed, even more stressed. And I mean, I was just miserable. I ate my way through that post-contest week or two, and really just felt awful about it. So from a physical and a psychological standpoint, maybe go into a little bit of a deeper application of why we really want to do this with clients.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you just can't sustainably diet forever. And if you do, your met rate's just going to keep declining to that level of food. I would hope people want flexibility and freedom in their life. So you just start working against yourself. You'll reach a hormonal decline that's extremely hard to come out of. Oftentimes when you prep and get lean enough, you do anyhow. So the first thing is, and reverse dieting isn't the only thing that fixes this. There's other factors, and you have to look into actual blood work and measures to make sure that the hormone profile increases. But increasing thyroid levels, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, well, maybe increasing estrogen, assuming it's crash. So the hormonal aspects are huge. The mental aspects are huge. And just being able to reverse properly, you're going to maintain a better body composition if you do. Now, you have to have some body fat gain for some hormonal production too. So that's very individual. But those are the main reasons why. And also, if you want to progress, and bodybuilding is always evolving. I remember when women's physique came out versus where it's at now, and people keep getting bigger, they keep getting more muscular, and you're just not going to grow in a deficit. And even if you do, you're not going to grow as well as if you have a surplus.
I think you really nailed every reason that we need to do this. And your first point, that you have to gain weight anyway, you have to. So why not control that process and work back up to your metabolic set point and above in a way that minimizes body fat gain and maximizes lean body mass recovery. And the 2 worst stories I can think of, I had a client one time, he was a trainer in my gym. We did a contest together in New York City. And again, just the pressure of, man, all of this work, and, he did great. And then all of a sudden it's just like, let's go wild all weekend. He gained 30 pounds from the contest Saturday to Monday morning. When I walked in the building and saw him, his face was as swollen as a basketball. You couldn't almost see his eyes. And I'm like, good Lord, what did you do? And then I had a client kind of shortly after that who was a teenager, and he was actually hospitalized. Same thing, 25 or so pounds. And I don't know how a physician would quantify this, but he talked about literally you're doing cellular damage because of the osmolarity pull of all of this almost hypernatremia into these cells because of glucose and sodium and so forth. Like, you literally are destroying and exploding cells in your body. So they had to put him on an IV Lasix drip. And I'm like, geez, like that's how bad this can get. But on the more positive side, if you're doing this in a way that you incrementally start providing that upward pressure for your metabolism, you can mitigate so much body fat gain. Like, you can literally get to that point, which is why we even want to start before the contest for those competitive advantages. But what a tremendous advantage that is to be there when all of that psychological release is over after the show.
Absolutely. I had a client come to me after being hospitalized post show, just from a binge. It wasn't anything his coach told him to do, but he was in for like 3 days, I think, and they had to, run labs and get the right type of diuretic to get that water off of him. But that's a super dangerous position to be in.
Just from food, just from food.
Yeah. And
So
people
sorry.
don't realize how much damage you really can do when you do that.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about how to do this properly in our next episode. So we'll see you guys next time in Contest Prep University.